You know, every single blockchain out there, from the big one, Bitcoin, all the way to the newest, fastest networks, is built on a fundamental, and I mean unavoidable compromise. It's this constant tug of war, a choice between being completely unstoppable or being absolutely unchangeable. So let's break down this core conflict that really shapes the entire crypto world.
So here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll look at why this choice is even a thing, why it's basically impossible to avoid. Then we'll dive into what it means to choose liveness, just keep running, over safety, which is all about being correct. Then we'll check out the clever hybrid systems that are trying to get the best of both worlds. After that, we'll see what happens when all this theory smacks into reality. And finally, we'll get a little peek into the future with a really cool idea called accountable safety.
All right, let's dive right in. We're starting with the fundamental rule, the constraint that governs every single decentralized network. This right here is the reason no blockchain can ever be, truly perfect. This is the question. It's the philosophical fork in the road that every single blockchain designer has to deal with. When things get messy, right? When the network is under attack or something breaks, what do you prioritize? Do you make sure the network stays online no matter what? Or do you prioritize making sure the ledger is 100% correct, even if that means you have to hit the pause button? And look, this isn't just some matter of opinion or preference, it's baked into the math. It's called the FLP impossibility theorem, named after its creators Fisher, Lynch, and Patterson. And it basically proves you just can't have it all. In the messy, unpredictable world of computer networks, something's got to give. You are forced to sacrifice either perfect uptime or perfect consistency.
I love how this slide frames the two philosophies. Liveness is kind of like the optimist. Hey, something good will eventually happen. It's all about availability, making sure the network is always on, always processing. Think of a city that refuses to shut down for a parade. Traffic might get messy and chaotic for a bit, but it never ever stops. Safety, on the other hand, is the total pessimist. Nothing bad must ever happen. It's obsessed with consistency and integrity, kind of like a bank that slams its vault doors shut during a robbery. Sure, nothing gets in or out, but you can be damn sure no money gets stolen.
Okay, let's see how this plays out in the wild. We'll start with camp number 1, the original champion of liveness, Bitcoin.
Bitcoin's approach is all about this one simple rule: the longest chain wins. This is how it guarantees it's always running. So if two miners happen to find a block at the exact same time, the network doesn't freak out and shut down. No, it just lets a temporary split, a fork, exist for a little while. The network stays live, which is great. But here's the trade-off. Your transaction isn't truly final. It's only probably final. And that means there's a small but real risk that a confirmed transaction could literally just disappear.
So what does that risk actually look like? Well, it's called a reorg, and it's a pretty wild concept. Here's how it could happen. So you've got your normal chain, but then bam, step 2, a split happens. Now, if an attacker has enough computing power, they can secretly start building their own version of the chain, making it longer than the honest one. Then all of a sudden, they reveal it to the network. And because of that longest chain rule, everyone else just drops the honest chain and switches to the attackers. And just like that, the history on that original chain is gone. Wiped from the ledger for...
Okay, so that's one extreme. Now, let's flip the coin and look at the other side. These are the systems built on the belief that an incorrect ledger is way, way more dangerous than a frozen one. Their philosophy is simple: never, ever, ever be wrong.
And their solution to a crisis is, well, pretty extreme. If a safety-first chain can't get a big enough majority of its validators to agree on what the next block should be, maybe the internet is split or there's a nasty bug, it doesn't guess. It doesn't risk creating two different versions of the truth. It just stops. The whole network halts dead in its tracks because correctness is more important than anything else. And getting it started again isn't like flipping a switch. It's actually a messy human process. I mean, we are literally talking about people from all over the world, the validator operators, jumping into a Discord channel, trying to figure out what the heck went wrong, and then coordinating a manual restart all at the same time. It's the ultimate failsafe when you absolutely cannot afford to be wrong.
Now, the payoff for this rigid approach is huge. It's a concept called instant finality. Because a block needs this massive greater than 2/3 vote just to be created in the first place, these systems are designed to be mathematically fork-free. A chain like Algorand says the probability of a fork is something like 1 in a quintillion. It's just not going to happen. And for you as a user, this is amazing. It means that the second your transaction is confirmed, it is absolutely 100% irreversibly final.
So we've got these two polar opposites, right? Unstoppable but uncertain, or certain but stoppable. But what if you could engineer your way around this impossible choice? Well, let's see how modern systems, like Ethereum, are trying to do exactly that.
And the key insight here is actually beautiful in its simplicity. You just stop treating the act of making a block and the act of making that block permanent as the same thing. You decouple them, you pull them apart.
This is exactly how Ethereum does it now. It's basically running two systems at once. You've got the Liveness engine, which is always on, just churning out new blocks every 12 seconds. It acts a lot like Bitcoin, allowing those temporary forks just to keep things moving. But then you have the safety engine. It comes along about every 6.5 minutes, gets that big supermajority vote, and makes a recent chunk of that history permanent and irreversible. And if the safety engine ever gets stuck, it has this clever failsafe called an inactivity leak, which starts slowly draining the staked money from any validators who are offline, which gives them a massive financial incentive to get back online and help finalize the chain.
Polkadot takes this idea even further with an even more modular design. It has one protocol, called Babe, and its only job is liveness, making sure blocks are always being produced. Then it has a completely separate one, called Grandpa, whose job is to basically wait until the network is stable and then finalize these huge chunks of history all at once. It's a really elegant solution to the problem.
Okay, so that's the theory. Liveness, safety, hybrids, it's all interesting stuff. But how does this trade-off actually affect the real world? Let's talk about the billion-dollar consequences for your money and the apps you use. This table really tells the whole story. Crypto exchanges are on the front lines of this battle, and the time it takes to deposit your funds is a direct reflection of how much they trust a chain's safety. And just look at the difference. For a liveness-first chain like Bitcoin, you could be waiting up to an hour for your deposit to be considered safe enough. But for a safety-first chain like Algorand, less than 4 seconds. That's the trade-off right there, in plain sight.
And when safety fails, the results can be absolutely catastrophic. This number, $600 million, was the amount stolen in the Ronin bridge hack. What happened was, attackers got control of just enough validators to forge a valid consensus decision. They basically tricked the bridge into thinking everything was fine, creating this false sense of security while they drained hundreds of millions of dollars. It was a complete and total failure of the safety mechanism.
And for the people building apps on these liveness-first chains, there's this constant hidden cost. I mean, can you imagine building an app where a user's payment gets confirmed, and then 10 minutes later, that entire transaction just vanishes from history because of a reorg? It's a nightmare. Developers have to build these incredibly complex systems just to handle the fact that the blockchain's history can literally change from 1 minute to the next.
So, if neither extreme is perfect, and the hybrids are really complicated, where's all this going? Let's take a look at the next evolution in how we think about this problem.
This timeline really summarizes the whole journey pretty well. We started in what you could call the era of probability, with Bitcoin, where liveness was absolutely king. Then we swung to the other extreme, the era of brittleness, where chains would rather just stop than be wrong. And now we're in the era of hybridity and accountability, where systems like Ethereum and Polkadot are managing this trade-off with some really clever engineering.
And that brings us to this critical new idea, accountable safety. The whole mindset has shifted. Instead of trying to mathematically prevent a safety failure, which, remember, the FLP theorem tells us is impossible anyway, the new goal is to make it so insanely expensive for an attacker that it's just not worth it. It's economically irrational. If a bad actor tries to break the safety rules, the protocol identifies them and bam, their multi-million-dollar stake gets destroyed. It's gone.
And this really leads us to the final big question. This trade-off is evolving. It's moving away from being a permanent decision baked into the network itself to something that you, the user, might choose for every single transaction. So think about it. Will you choose a fast, cheap, but only probably safe transaction to buy an item in a video game? And then will you turn around and choose a slower, more expensive, but absolutely final transaction to settle the mortgage on your house? That's the future this unavoidable choice is leading us toward. Thanks for tuning in.